It's Thursday, 17th of June, 2021. Yeah. I'm in Mankato, Minnesota. Again, I haven't been here in a long time. I was here from like really early in January of 2019 until like February 7th or 8th. I can't remember what day it was. I had an appointment, I think it was February 13th in Oklahoma for a BOT physical. Long story. They said, oh, you have high blood pressure. Because, they want to do your DOT physical after you've been driving for 11 hours and smoking all day. That's not a good time to get your blood pressure checked. Just saying. No, not after traffic and all that. So, yeah. Anyway, I had to go out there and do that. And it reminded me, because I'm here, I talk about my gallbladder. Because this is what happened. It was, I didn't feel unhealthy or anything. I felt good. I didn't feel like I had any problems at all. And I was up here working, and man, it got cold. It was down, like, the highest it got for, like, seriously, 3 weeks, 4 weeks straight was 16 below. And I love the cold, so I was happy. They were parking trucks in the shop, like, that were frozen, like the batteries didn't work. They were frozen solid. It got down to 55 below. That's the lowest temperature I remember. Anyway, that's back, just for frame of reference, Jesse Smollett, or Juicy, or Jussie, or however the hell you pronounce it, he got beat up by two, like, guys from his show, or I don't know what to use, I don't know. But he had these guys, like, beat him up, and then he made this really elaborate story about how it was Trump supporters, and they put a noose around his neck, and they were all, saying racial slurs. And it turned out it was two black guys that he paid to do it. It was just hilarious. And he used a check, which, come on, I was begging for trouble. Anyway, so I was here when that happened. And, like, this is Mankato, Minnesota, and Illinois is, like, over there. And it wasn't much warmer there. It was a really bitter cold that winter. But I'm just saying, like, it was cold. It was effing cold, and I was happy. So, see my beard better. Anyway, I had this gallbladder thing that just, it was a shocker. I did not know my gallbladder was doing anything weird. And I had to go do my DOT physical, and my blood pressure just wouldn't go down. This is like the 90 days later thing, because my blood pressure was way the hell up. Like I say, I'd been working on that. I just assumed that was what it was. And so I go and I get my blood pressure checked, and the guy's like, dude, I'm surprised you didn't pop. And I'm like, Yodo. He's like, Yodo. I'm like, you only die once. Might as well splatter on some people. So anyway, he gave me this stuff, amlodipine, and I had to wait like 2 or 3 days. I can't remember how long it was, but I had to wait until my blood pressure was regulated, and again, didn't have any weird funky symptoms. And I get back in the truck and got my 1 year certification because my blood pressure is regulated with medicine. And like 2 days later, I started having this massive chest pain. Like, it's just like my whole chest felt like it was rupturing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is much pain. And I had, like, I was gonna say it, my pee looked like coffee. So I stopped drinking coffee, and I was like, what the hell? And it was scary, like, 'cause it was like dark, like black pee. And I didn't think anything at all was wrong with my gallbladder. I thought it was a side effect, because I called Dr. O'Hen. That's his name. Dr. O'Hen. Just like it sounds. Ohenhen. Cool name. Love the guy. Anyway, so he tells me this is a side effect. Amlodipine gives you a side effect of chest pain. I'm like, okay, what about the pee? And he's like, oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Just drink more water. 3 more days goes by, and I'm just dying. And I was on a load. I can't remember. I think it was going to like Oregon somewhere, maybe Hermiston. And I was so much pain, and things weren't working. I started puking, and I learned something. If you're gonna puke, pay close attention. If you're gonna puke, get some like lemonade, lemon lime, the yellow Gatorade. Get some yellow Gatorade and Pepto-Bismol. and like drink half a bottle of Pepto and drink the whole bottle of Gatorade. And when you puke later, it wasn't so bad. So anyway, like it was painful, like I had this pain, and so I tried. I don't remember where I parked at, but I parked somewhere in Nebraska on Interstate 80, and started driving again the next day. It's just like, oh, I don't know what was wrong with me. Yesterday I talked to the dispatcher, and she's all, oh, you're cool, just get there. And I'm like, okay. So I get as far as like North Platte, Nebraska, and luckily the company I was working for had a dedicated account with another Walmart there. That's where I'm at right now. This Walmart in Mankato. I was working dedicated here at the time. So I call the dispatch there. I'm like, hey, I think I'm having a heart attack because I got this massive chest pain. My body just feels like it's shutting down. Things aren't right. And they had another driver come up there in the company car, give me a lift to the hospital. And I had to get a ride from the hospital there because they did not have the equipment to handle, like everything was messed up. Like there was stuff dissolving in my guts. It was horrible. So anyway, I had to go from there, 100 miles. Not Chicago, that's all right. But it was like to Kearney, Kearney, I think, Nebraska, and they saved my life. Seriously, it was awesome. 3 days later, after they got all the gooeys out, I was on this stuff called, I was so damn strung out on this stuff. I forget the name of it. It was really good stuff. They'd hit a button or whatever. I mean, stoned as it could be. I was so happy. But they got the bad bits out, like hundreds of stones and stuff. And the stones were all over in there. They probably left a few. I don't really care because it didn't hurt. Just the stuff. It started with D. I remember, it was really good injection stuff. And like this is how good they were. The first meal I had when I left there was a steak from a truck stop. Oh yeah. And they had this ERCP that they did. And this one I do remember because I read about it whenever I wasn't on that freaking medicine. It's an endoscopic retrograde choleoradiography procedure, ERCP. But yeah, I did a second one of those. I had to pull out some like plastic tube, and had the second one done, and I was just right back to work. Like, oh, like nothing ever happened. And I got photos of myself at the time. I'm not going to post them here because they're just gross. I looked like Bart Simpson. I was yellow. It was horrible. It was really just gross. My liver shut down. My kidneys were dying. My pancreatitis, whatever that thing is, was all pancreatitis up. I'm going to try to pronounce that. But like the medical report had these disgusting photos. I had ulcers all over my duodenum, which is like there between the stomach and the small intestine. And after I went and did my second ERCP, that doctor's like, dude, I can't believe your ulcers healed. I'm like, I ate eggs, I ate bacon, I ate whatever. And he's like, wow, I never saw ulcers clear up like that. And so I was given a clean bill of health, went right back to work. Yay me! I was so happy. It was good. I like working. So anyway, if there's a motto to the story at all, it's like, check with your doctor and double check with another one. Holy crap. Because, man, Dr. O'Henhan, he had no idea. And then after I had my surgery on it, I went back to see him for like a follow-up like 45 days later. And he says, well, your blood pressure's doing well. I said, yeah, I stopped taking those pills a month and a half ago because, I had my surgery and had the gallbladder out, and I didn't have high blood pressure. No shit. It was my gallbladder going cattywampus that whole time. And honestly, I did not feel it. But I felt like crap. I was like, ugh. And my blood pressure was up. So it was kind of weird. Check your blood pressure. Seriously. That was a big indicator that I just wasn't listening to. If I had been listening to it, I said, I got a little, indigestion. Maybe I'd have worried about stuff and had a doctor look at it before I almost died. So there you go. There's your medical advice from Scooby. Talk to a doctor. Probably quit smoking, but whatever. I don't care. That's it. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a nasty comment. Tell me I'm ugly. Whatever. Please stop talking about the dog. Not my dog. It's my boss's dog. I don't even work for that guy anymore. The dog's awesome. I love the dog. She's healthy. She's happy. And he told me not to pet her because she's scary. I've never met a scary dog. I've never met a dog. I mean, chihuahuas, whatever. But like, every dog is friendly. Even those big, bad, oh my God, we're going to eat you dogs are just the nicest things. The dogs are perfect. So I just got a video of me, going and cuddling on this beautiful Rottweiler because she's adorable and she loves everybody. She really does, especially me. So he says she doesn't. I just think he's trying to scare people away. That reminds me of another story. I used to run my neighbor over to see her cousin a lot in North Tulsa. And her cousin had this big old, just happy-looking freaking pit bull that barks like crazy. And I like dogs, so I go over there and pet his little nose to the fence. And the dude comes out, oh, what are you doing to my dog? And the dog, he wasn't barking. He thought I drugged his dog. I'm like, no, that dogs love me. Here, pet him again. The guy was having a panic attack over it because everybody else gets bit or whatever. And I'm like, it's a friendly dog. Every dog's friendly. You just got to be nice to them. So I need a ring light because this lighting sucks.